Hey, welcome to ANZ Combined Racing League's first hour replay of our special event we had earlier in the month, Spa 2.4 hour here on Xbox Project Cars 2. I'm your host, Woody Lizard, and also took a part in this event. Unfortunately, we didn't get the second part of the race save, so I'll get you through the first part. It was a 2 hour, 25-minute race, and with times 10 time progression to get the 24-hour simulated in the game. So qualifying, let's get ourselves on the roof so we can have a look. We had we'll get this play. Actually, I was going to say why Dado races on the pole position. It was because we had a dropout at the start of the qualifying of Rat Pigeon. So we had to organise a qualifying session. So we had, when we pick him up, Sado, he was on pole position. And while we're going out, we might as well have a look at trackside. So Sado was in the team Casho car, the 124 Mercedes AMG. He had pole position with a 2:18.759, and then beside him we had Commander Cirrus. As you can see, Dado took off because he got it was a time penalty. He had to do a pit stop, so he took off so he could take his penalty and start as the field filtered through it. He'd be last. So P51 Sim Sports in the BMW of Commander Cirrus, number 20, looking to try and get a victory here at the Spa event. And then alongside him in the second row, I should say, is the reigning champion, Illogical Sports, of the P51 Sim Sports team, but in the 75 Nissan, always evolving car. Absolutely stunning looking car as they come on down the Camel Straight. So Logical Sports in third, then followed will be Commander Jim in the first of the virtual drivers by TX3 Audi LMS, and he's in the number 14. Then behind him is his teammate Night Havoc in the number 12 virtual drivers Audi R8 LMS. Came so close last year after hitting the wall of death on the entry of El Rouge. So he's back in again to see if he can do things. Now Maddie's seeking the lone Porsche driver, the number 27 P51 Sim Sports, to round out the three cars that the P51 Sim Sport crew entered in. And he's picked the Porsche 911 GT3R Endurance version of the Porsche. And then right behind him is Rat Pigeon, the reason why we're doing this formation lap, and got ourselves in order. He had a disconnect and he came back. So he's in the number 16 Mercedes AMG, and it's a pretty striking livery of the AMG. Looks very slick indeed. And along in ninth position is myself in the number 24 Ben and Urton Aston Martin Vantage, and very colourful car there. And Highlander lagging behind in the Lambo, number 63 Antonelli Motorsport car, and then Night Pegasus right behind him as they're trying to catch the back of the field. So they're going to come on with some hot tyres by the looks of things. And Night Pegasus' car is looking very good, 117 Inner Shield in 11th. So as they all now start to, as Dado, as we said, he's going to be waiting at the exit of pit lane as he's taken his penalty. Now here we go for the start of the race as they start to line up 2 by 2. And Sado will take the inside on the right hand side with the 124 Casho car. We'll see if he can hold off Commander Cirrus. And Dado actually qualified in 7th, but he'll be at the back of the grid after him serving his early penalty. So here we go, about to start the Spa 2.4 hour. This will be only the first hour on replay here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League. And off they go. Sado with a healthy start off pole position. Advantage to start on pole. And there's Dado waiting to get through as the field now comes on through. And Dado rejoins there as they come on through El Rouge for the first time. Look at them powering on through up the hill. There's Rat Pigeon. A little bit loose to start off with, but they all filtering through nicely. There goes Sado and the boys all going through nicely. Commander Jim looking on the back of the BMW of Commander Cirrus. And they're looking nice, the two team Audis. They all getting settled in, the drivers here with the 2 hours in front of them, maybe a little bit more. As we look at Sado now out in front. Pulling away quite healthy with a logical chasing him down though, and that Nissan's looking fairly strong, but the battle is in for third position behind at the moment. And see how hard Sado's pushing to try and put a gap on a Logical Sports. He knows that Logical's going to be strong in this Nissan after winning the event last year. Oh, a big tank slapper from Sado. He's held on to it. What a moment by Sado, all crossed up as he's put the pedal to the metal in this AMG Mercedes. I tell you, I think he thought he had that steering wheel gripped. He probably put a big indentation on that steering wheel, holding even stronger. That was a tense moment from Sado, only on lap 1 here. Car's still a bit squirmy through this chicane period, and look at a Logical Spot. Oh, and we've had a problem with Commander Cirrus out of the chicane. He's had to cut that chicane. He looks like he's backed off a little bit to bring back that gap to what it was. As Night Havoc going well out through, following his teammate, as is Rat Pigeon. Further back we have myself here following Maddie Seeking in the Porsche. Only Porsche and the Aston Martin in the field. There's Dado now making his way through after starting from the back of the grid in 9th position. Flames billowing out of the cars as they're downshifting. So we should see some nighttime action in this stream too. So the cars should start to really shine through that stage. Now Commander Cirrus again holding strong here in 3rd position in this BMW. Looks like he's got this BMW hooked up fairly well. The Schubert P51 Sim Sports car. As we've lost Night Havoc. Night Havoc has dropped through the field. He's now right down behind Highlander. Night Pegasus as well, as he's 10 seconds off the 10th place, but back up front we have Sado 15 making his way through the final part of this lap up into the bus stop. And his 124 Team Casho car. Looks great with those lights blaring. Oh, another wild one for Wild Rat Pigeon. Keeping it on the track though. Oh, it's Commander Jim. They're all just it looks like Rat Pigeon is actually having a moment. This could be disconnect as they all trying to filter through. They've all got through from Pigeon. I think you might find a disconnect, unfortunately. As he's still sticking there. Oh no, he's going again. He's back in 5th, so that was a bit weird. So it looked like he was disconnecting at the bus stop, but he's still continuing. Can't remember when he actually did disconnect in the race. He did disconnect though. Maybe this time around. Let's have a look at Matty Seekin in the Porsche. Looks like Dado's trying to get a time penalty out. As Pigeon is dropped now. Oh, he has gone. He has disconnected. So we'll get back to the battle here for 3rd position between the BMW and the Audi. Trying to seek supremacy here between the BMW and the Audi, but up front it's the Mercedes of Sado 15 with a Logical Sports chasing in the Nissan GTR Nismo. And they're both teammates, but in different manufacturers. Both Commander Cirrus with a Logical Sports in front. Dado now. We'll have a look at Dado. Oh, there was a bit of a moment. I think it was Woody Lizard actually. Woody Lizard has had a spin. Yes, he has. Just caught the end of that. He had a little spin, so that's put Dado back up into 7th position now. And he's got Night Havoc behind, following along for the ride. As Dado now see if he can do anything to Highlander in front in the Lamborghini. Let's go for a lap around. Here's Spa Francorchamps on board with Dado Racer. Enjoy the sound, guys. There's a lap around Spa Francorchamps on board the 159 Vazmac Racing Team Mercedes AMG GT3 on Dado Racer. I pressed the wrong button there. On board Dado Racer. Trying to pick up my right buttons here. Sorry guys for the little pause there. So we've still got Sato 15 in the leading Mercedes. Getting it all sideways. The only way around, Sato thinks. That's the quick way. Lucy's quick. And it's got a nice 3-second margin over this man here, Logical Sports, who's now starting to get a little bit of pressure from his teammate, Commander Cirrus, in the BMW. So I wonder if Commander Cirrus has now got everything operating well in the car, with the tyre pressures and everything, and maybe he could be looking at getting in front of a Logical Sports. It could be team play and see if he can be the chaser and start to... Oh, but running a little bit wide is not going to help Commander Cirrus's move forward. But I just thought for a minute there, it looked like he was coming to the back of this Nissan fairly quickly. Thought there might have been some team orders where they may have swapped the positions around. And see if Cirrus could go and do a chase onto Sato 15 to mount a challenge for the lead. See now the sun is starting to drop behind the hill, getting very dark and shady in parts of this circuit. Doesn't that look good with the flames billowing out of the Nissan? Always evolving P51 Sim Sports car, the Dirty Sanchez, number 75 of Logical Sports. And keeping tabs still is Commander Jim in the number 14 Virtual Drivers Audi. Doing a great job out in 4th position. Got a bit of a healthy gap between him and Matty Seekin in the Porsche. So the Porsche is definitely just trying to run its own race here. Well turned out and presented car. That's going to be a little slowdown. We may see him doing some wheel bashing on the grass to try and take away that penalty. And no, they're not doing the tyre cooling on the grass like they did with iRacing. A little hack that they did during their 24-hour race that they did. It has no effect here on Xbox Project cars at all. If you see them running off, it's usually trying to wipe a slowdown penalty. Sometimes by it coming off the grass and coming back on, it deletes the penalty. It might come on quickly, and if you start to brake for that corner, it disappears. So, oh, there's a little bollard out on the road there as Highlander looks like he's cleaned that up. Hopefully he doesn't get damaged. He can get a lot of damage by hitting those bollards. So we won't know, but he definitely hit it in the front of that Lamborghini. And he's trying to hold off Dado Racer at this stage of the game. Dado's also got Night Havoc, putting a lot of pressure there on Dado as we speak, as he's looking around the outside. Doesn't want to be caught around the outside there. You're going to find the dirt fairly quickly. The cars are very, very loose and on edge through here. Any little tap will see a car spin off the circuit. They're fully loaded up, screaming for more grip, but there is no more grip left. This is a great battle. Battles right through the field here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League. Run special events throughout the year on Xbox Project cars, as we do also run organised league racing on Sunday nights from 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And check us out on our website, aus-nzcrl.weebly.com. Should be on the description below for our website. So when this gets loaded back onto our YouTube channel. hit the links. Go and have a look, see what we're up to about. We're also slowly moving to Automobilista 2, running some special events on PC for Australian New Zealand races in conjunction with Gravel Trap Legends, where we join their organised league racing on Monday nights. But back to the racing here, and Dado starting to mount this pressure on the the Lamborghini, of Highlander. A three-way tussle here at the moment. As Commander Sirius, we may just go up here and have a little look, because it's within a second battle as well. We'll keep an eye actually on that battle for second position. And it looks like it's getting a bit tasty, similar to what we're seeing here. Oh, Highlander has had a moment. He's gone. Bring up Matty Seeking if we can in the Porsche. Going through, and we got Dado and making the cameraman work hard here as he's they both got through from Highlander, who's now just in front of Woody Lizard, pressing the camera view button at the wrong time, as Woody's actually got in front of Highlander now. So that's now giving Woody up into 8th position. So unfortunately we had a disconnect early on, as Commander Cirrus has dropped a little bit of time out of the bus stop chicane. He was within a second now. That's blown out to nearly 2 seconds to a logical. Now up front we got this man Sato 15 as he comes down the main straight here, the Camel straight. As the car gets very loose up the top of Radion before they hit the straight. Trying to maximise as much speed as they can. And just seeing power oversteering out of Lacombe. Darkness is starting to take its hold here in Spa-Francorchamps. The car's starting to look nice here in the night, as going to the night havoc. This Audi R8 LMS. Challenging Dado. Dado racer in 6th position. As it looks like Night Pegasus Highlanders actually had to go into the pit, so that's the reason why we have Highlander back in the back of the grid. In the Lamborghini. So we've got the 2 Lamborghinis in 9th and 10th, and don't forget Rat Pigeon is being disconnected on lap 3. So it looks like someone's having a moment. Not too sure. It's just in head. Oh, it's a logical. It's Night Pegasus actually. So here we go. The 2 Lamborghinis fighting for the final position. Doesn't look Night Pegasus' car is being very kind to him. Oh, just saying that he's had a moment. He's spun it. Night Pegasus. So that's probably put an end to his charge, as Dado's. This is probably really the battle of the race at the moment between Dado and Night Havoc. What lap are we on to here at the moment? Lap 10. I believe they aim for around about 60 laps over the 2 hours, 25-minute race. Have a look at Night Havoc's teammate, Commander Jim, actually holding 4th position in front of the 5th place Maddie Seeking in the Porsche. Porsche donning the yellow headlights. Nice to see how the cars handle through that part of the circuit. Change of direction. Oh, is Commander Jim just struggling, drifting a little bit wide. And we've got a special camera view inside the cockpit of the driver's view of Maddie Seeking's Porsche. So we'll jump on board here and get a driver's eye view, chasing this Audi in front of Commander Jim. See, run a bit wide over Radion. Porsche seems to really grip up to this part of the circuit. It's actually making a little bit of time on the Audi. A good perspective of what the driver's experienced through this race. Still not to be, he's still waiting to be completely dark. Project Cars gives it a good transition through night and day. Like Commander, I mean Maddie Seeking is actually very comfortable in this car. So he can keep his full throttle through there. Gives him good pace. Before they hit the bus stop here. Just off throttle a little bit, running wide. It's nudging 250 km/h, just on the brakes, heavy, as it looks like they're coming up to Night Pegasus. So how was that? An driver's view of the action. Maddie definitely starting to get right in the nervous Nelly spot for Commander Jim. He knows the pressure is on now. The Porsche is definitely catching and be really benefiting from these tow from the Audi as well. Also the Lamborghini helping Commander Jim as he just moves away, lets the blue flags be waved and the drivers come on through. Nice driving by Pegasus with not a very friendly car by the looks of things. This is a great drive by Maddie. He's pulled in this gap of the Audi of Commander Jim. Commander Jim had a nice little buffer. This is definitely the battle on track for this 4th position, held by Commander Jim. I just have a look at Commander Jim's car as well. That way there we can see Maddie terrorising the back of the number 14 Audi. So we don't have the part 2 of the final part of this race, but after this hour that we've been at, I think it was 50 minutes roughly of this first opening stanza of the race, we'll be able to go through the final results as well. It's a shame because there's a nice little battle at the very end of the last half an hour, captured by the live stream. It's been lost in the process. Oh, what a great view that is on the entry of El Rouge. Cars turning in and then climbing up from the top of Radion and down the Camel Straight and into here, which I believe is the Lecombe. Let's just pull up the leaderboard here, and yeah, it's all very stale at the moment everywhere else. We've got Saturday 15 still out with a 4.5 second lead over Logical Sports, with Commander Cirrus in 3rd in the BMW. And then this is the battle here for 4th position with Commander Jim in the Audi and Maddie Seeking in the Porsche. But we're feeling good right about now, knowing that they've got roughly 30 minutes or so into the race. Less than 2 hours remaining, just under 2 hours. Always a good sign under the 2 hour mark. It says test 2 hours 25 in one sitting. Especially with the low grid numbers that you get on the Xbox as well. You'll be able to get a grid of 16. We had an entry of 11, so it wasn't too bad, but obviously Rat Pigeon dropped out early on lap 3, so that reduced it down to 10 runners. It's yeah, it can get a little bit lonely at stages. Obviously with the less numbers of cars on the grid, you find yourself isolated from some battles, if you were able to have 30 plus cars. This is why both Commander Jim and Maddie Seekin would be absolutely loving this little battle at the moment. It's fairly intense. It's Commander Jim looking like he's got to take the defensive line here at the moment. As Maddie can take the preferred line. It's going to be hard to overtake, but can he put Commander Jim into a mistake? No, Commander Jim just solid. Won't flinch at all. Oh, as Maddie has a moment. Lucky to keep it on the black stuff. You don't want to spin there. End up in the wall most of the time. So it's probably the saving grace there for Maddie. He lives another day. And look who's lurking in the background. Actually, Commander Jim's teammate, Night Havoc, is not too far away from this little battle with Dado Racer, about another further 4 seconds behind. So the two Audis are looking fairly strong as part of the race. But, Sado's made a mistake. And in the clutches now. So I've missed the mistake of whatever happened to Sado 15. So let's bring the BMW has come from third to first. Oh, he's run super wide, Sado, but this is the man leading the race, Commander Cirrus in the P51 BMW. As it looks like Sado's into the pits. Well, we can then. Might just do the old replay. Of course I can. And we'll try and see if we can pick up what actually happened with Sado 15 and how Commander Cirrus was able to come right on through to take the lead from third position. And we don't have a ability to stay for a full 2-hour stream. Why not replay all this little part? It's happened a while ago. Wow, who would think maybe it was up over Radeon? Let's have a look. Oh, it looks very tight here on this replay. So we'll go back to when Sado was actually in front. So we'll pick up Sado. So it was a spin out of the bus stop that saw the end of Sado. So he's had to wait. And that's the reason why. He's backed it out in front of a Logical Sports. A bit of a unsafe rejoin, you'd say. But look at this, 3 wide down the starting straight. And that is how one Commander Cirrus takes the lead of this race. That was worthwhile going for the rewind there. And was that any damage, though, for a Logical Sports? Now he's tagging along with his teammate into second position as Sado fights hard. And they just need to take it easy at this stage after Sado has come right out in front of the approaching pack. Be wise just to give up this position, settle yourself down. He's probably got some damage as well. Even a Logical Sports may have some damage. Cool blow for the Nissan car. But all cheers in the BMW garage as Commander Cirrus has taken the lead early in the night here in this 2.4. Oh, and there you go. A Logical Sports ran wide. Gives that position now to Sado the second. So that's how Sado ends up getting back into second. A little mistake by Logical Sports. And that's maybe cause of a bit of damage. Now that's also brought Commander Jim and Matty Seeking up closer to the field. They were about 17 seconds behind. And now they're well and truly in this battle. They're not that far behind. And that's what can happen as the dark ascends on the racetrack. A little slip up, and we had it from the leader, Sado 15. Over rotating through the bus stop on exit. I've seen commented about Sado's car looking a little bit loose. And loose is fast. It's caught him. He's come undone as he's drifted wide through the flat out corner. And as we've seen, I think we may see him entering in the pits, taking the opportunity to get in early, not mucking around. It's a long crawl down pit lane. Not as bad as some of the other titles. Oh, it's, I think, Commander Jim now. Matty Seeking's caught back onto the back of Jim fairly quickly. So he's going to see another run where Sado will come on through the field as Matty Seeking takes the lead of the race on lap 14 it was. Now lap 15 of this race, and we've got around about looking at our 14 minutes left of this stream. And this is actually a replay of our Spa 2.4 hour we ran here on Xbox Project Cars for Australia and New Zealand on ANZCRL Combined Racing League, ANZCRL. And it was run on Saturday the 6th of August. We had a qualifying lap time of a 2:18.759 by Sato 15. As a logical runs right now. Will we see a logical visit the pit lane? He knows Sato's gone in. Is it best to pit in if he's got, maybe he got away with a little bit of damage. He did hit in the front end though. Be lucky he didn't get, be lucky to if he got away without getting any damage. Time will only tell. What a nice job by Cirrus in this BMW. He's looked strong since the drop of the flag. He's running second for quite some time. No logical had got him. And then he's come back. And now he's leading this race after Saturday's little hiccup. And the logical has stayed out. So maybe he's thinking, well, as long as I can stay on the back of Commander Cirrus, no need to pit. Not a bad option actually. As Commander Jim is under the pump now. Commander Jim up into third position, and Matty wanting to get into third position to make it a P51 Sim Sports podium lockout in the three different manufacturers of the BMW, the Nissan and the Porsche. But he's got the Audi in the way of, at the moment, of Commander Jim. That's looking absolutely solid. He has brought his A game to this race, this event. And he's got his teammate, Night Havoc, slowly catching. But again, Commander Jim has had to take that inside line. Just protect him from the... Oh no, Commander Jim. Big moment. Just clipping that curb, and he's going to have Night Havoc, his teammate, come on through down the outside. So that has now brought, look at this for the history books. We have got on lap 16 a P51 Sim Sport podium lockout, but there's a long way to go still. But Commander Cirrus in first position in this BMW. And then following him is a Logical Sports in the Nissan, always evolving, P51 Sim Sports car. Nice looking car it is. And then Matty Seeking will pick him up very shortly because he's not too far away in the P51 Sim Sports Porsche. So there you go. And maybe the first time we may have seen a 1-3 stranglehold by P51 Sim Sports here at ANZCRL. And captured here at the Le Mans 2.4 hour on lap 16. About 40 minutes into the race. A nice job as Commander Jim has got himself back together at the moment. We'll go through. We've got Woody Lizard, myself running there, just lonesome in 7th position, trying to obviously hold off Sato 15, who's not too far away. We know he's obviously fast. He's made that mistake early on. It wasn't early on, it was only about 4 laps ago. So he's got a deficit of around about 11 seconds to make up. And the Highlander's still doing his thing in the Lamborghini. I think he may have had to pit after he hit that bollard. I believe that's probably why he went in. I think he also had a spin for memory as well. So unscheduled stop for Highlander has put him down the order, as it has with Sado, 15. And a nice little inter-team battle with the two Audis. So when you think about it, we've got the two major players in the top 5. We've got the P51 Sim Sports knocking out the first 3, and then the position 4 and 5, we've got the team virtual drivers of Commander Jim or Night Havoc, and then Commander Jim following. Oh, as Matty Seekin has gone around. So that was short-lived, the third place. As along comes Dado now in the big Mercedes to take up the fight. After the leading Mercedes, Sado has dropped down the order. So Dado, the leading Mercedes at the moment. The Porsche tyres have just been mismanaged maybe, or was it just a driver error? The car seemed fairly planned, so maybe it was just a little bit of a driver error, a little twitch, a little bit of laziness coming in, a little bit of fatigue, pushing that hour. Don't forget they get a little bit of before this race as well. They obviously had a little bit of a 30-minute practice session, and then 15-minute qualifying, then the 2-hour, 25-minute race. So, yeah, they've been in the seat time for a fair while before the start of this race as well. I can't forget about that. As up front, the battle is heating up. The BMW doing a great job. It's very, very black out there indeed now. And he's Illogical going to have a look down the inside. Yes, he is. He's made the move. Illogical up into first place. He takes the lead for the first time in the Nissan GTR. Will he be able to get this lap through? Take lap 18 has been the leader at the end of lap 18. So Commander Cirrus didn't put up too much of a fight. Maybe he had a little bit of a moment going in. Just couldn't mount that defensive challenge of Illogical. He's had his time to size up his opposition as well. So here he goes, which we don't know if he's got a slightly damaged front end after tagging Sado. He may have got out of any damage by the looks of things. So Lady Luck has been on Illogical's side. So last year's winner is now in front of this motor race after 18 laps, and to complete his 19th lap, he's taken the lead of the 2022 Spa 2.4 hour. So we'll pick up the Night Havoc, the inter-team battle here for third position. He's hotting up. It's the same as this battle here with Matty Seeking and Dado in the big Mercedes. We've only got roughly 5 more minutes left of this stream, so it's probably just this lap and another one to go, unfortunately. Such a shame we can't save a full replay. And we've lost the last half hour live stream as well on ANZ Combined Racing League, unfortunately. And things did heat up at the end. But at least we get this to look back on, the opening 50 minutes into darkness. It's Dado now having a little look, showing his intentions to Matty. Matty seeking, so no, I've made one mistake, I don't want to make another one. He'd be kicking himself. He got himself up into third position. Dado's back for revenge as well after starting to feel comfortable in this Mercedes last year after a disconnect. And this way he wants to see if he can go the distance. Just doesn't seem to have the pace though, but he can still a long way to go. Oh, this big moment from Dado, and he's into the side of the wall and he's still spinning. He's pointing the other way now. She'll get back out onto the track before Woody Lizard comes on through. It's very slippery on the grass. You just got to compose yourself, take your time. So that's taken the pressure away from Matty now in 5th position. This battle here between Night Havoc and his teammate Commander Jim. Mr. Consistency Night Havoc with plenty of pace to burn as well. Cruelly robbed of the race last year. You see Matty can see the two Audis down the starting straight. He's just not going to be, he's just not quite there for any sort of slipstream. As here we go between, the timing's wrong. I thought they were so close there. I was going to say between Dado and Sado. So Sado's made a move on Woody Lizard. So I can't remember. I've obviously made a spin or something happened, but Sado's made a ton of time. Has taken 7th position away. As Sado, maybe not. I think the timings are a little bit skew-whiffed. I thought that was a bit weird. And there's Sado. He hasn't. He's still got a 15-second margin. He was 11 seconds behind, and there's no way he could have made that quick unless I made a mistake. So with 2 minutes remaining, we may as well recap here. We've got Logical Sports leading the race on lap 20. So it's a third of the way through, basically, because they got completed 60 laps. So on lap 20, third of the distance, Logical Sports leading Commander Cirrus by 2 seconds in the BMW. And then he's got around about 10-second margin on this big battle, inter-team battle between the two virtual drivers of Night Havoc and then Commander Jim in 4th position. And then we have Matty Seeking in the P51 Sim Sports in 5th position in this Porsche. Made a couple of little mistakes. And then Dado, big mistake from him. Dropping himself away from Matty in the big Mercedes AMG in 6th. Further 10 seconds behind is Woody Lizard in the Aston Martin, the Ben and Ayrton Vantage. Trying to settle down as Sado's made a mistake late in this little part here as well, so we've missed another one. So Highlander is now up into 8th after Sado's made a mistake. So Sado, things aren't going well for him. 3rd race distance from leading the race for the first 15 laps or so, and then losing it all down into 9th position. So I'll let you know the comeback. Night Pegasus stuck in pit lane. So we'll just go through what ended up happening at the end of the race. So basically we had Sado coming on back on through from that 9th position. He ended up taking 6th, but Logical Sports kept the lead of the race, but he had a mammoth battle. Commander Jim took the race lead with around about 20 minutes remaining, I think it was. Even a little bit more than that, sorry. He was leading the race with Logical Sports chasing Commander Jim down. And Commander Jim end up in second position, 10 seconds behind Logical Sports. And his teammate Night Havoc got on the podium as well for third position, so he'd be happy. He was happy with that. He was 30 seconds behind the leader of Logical Sports. And then Commander Cirrus held it together in the BMW into fourth position with a big chase to try and get that podium off Night Havoc. They finished just over a second, under a second it was, between one another, I think it was. So there wasn't much in it at all between those two. Actually, it was over about a second and a half between Night Havoc and Commander Cirrus. And then Dado Racer held fifth position for most of the race. He had a very lonely race. He ended up being a minute 14 seconds off the lead of the race at the end of the 2 hours, 25 minutes and 55 seconds to be precise of this race. And then Sado 15, as we said, in sixth in the Mercedes. So Dado was the leading Mercedes in fifth, with Sado coming home in sixth just behind him. And he got the fastest lap of the race at 2:19.803, Sado 15. Then myself, Woody Lizard, in seventh in the Aston Martin, finishing a lap down. The first of the guys that were a lap down in seventh position, with Highlander just behind me. He put on a big challenge in the last 4 or 5 laps, just slowly eking out the time. I had about a 10-second gap on him, and he got it down to within a second, right on the back of me. And then the last lap, he had a little spin, so he lost a bit of ground. He couldn't make a challenge at the last part of the bus stop, which he may have been able to get me. I was getting very loose in the back of the tyres of the car. And then Matty Seeking in that Porsche, he retired, and he took up that stream of the last half an hour, but unfortunately we've lost that. But he finished on with 42 laps on the board, so he was 18 laps behind the leader of his teammate of Logical Sports. And then Night Pegasus, as we've seen, was in the pit lane. He retired early, only 13 laps on the board in the Lamborghini. And then Rat Pigeon, as we've seen, disconnected on lap 3 in 11th. So that's how it all unfolded, guys. So Logical Sports took the lead, took the win. If we, I just want to get on to his car there. So that's the always evolving car. Took the lead. Congratulations to this man. And back-to-back victories for the Nissan team. So well done to Logical Sports. Great race by him and the team. A lot of preparation again. He had the tune from last year. Maybe got a little bit more out of it. But what a race by this man here. Sensational job. Well done to Logical Sports. Now that's us at ANZCRL Combined Racing League for Australian, New Zealand Xbox sim races. Come and join us. Yes, Project Cars 2 is getting old in the tooth, but we've still got plenty of fun events throughout the year. And coming up very shortly will be our Bathurst 500 on the Xbox. Project Cars 2. It was going to be the 1000, but we've just limited on numbers. So we're going to do 2 sessions of 40 laps like we did on Automobilista 2. And that's coming up on the 15th and 16th of October. The Saturday, the 15th, will be all about practice and qualifying and the top 10 shootout. And then Sunday will be race day from 4 p.m. in the afternoon for the first session. We'll have an hour break, and then we'll be back in for the second session to get 500 Ks on the board. And we'll be finding out who will be the 2022 Bathurst 1000 victor here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League. I've been your host, Woody Lizard. Hope you've enjoyed. Sorry we couldn't get the full race to you in the last part, but that's technology sometimes. But big congratulations, as we said, to this man. Logical Sport, back-to-back victories in the Spa 2.4 hour. Well done.